Yo, how's it going, guys? It is Ripper and here with a new video for you guys today. And guys, we're gonna hop straight into it. So as you guys can see, we are going to be talking about, as you tell from the title, basically some tips and just some personal advice that I think I can give to smaller content creators. Obviously, I guess in all content creator world, this advice can apply to small, big, medium, whatever. But I'm really trying to key hit the small content creators because obviously, you know, I'm still a small content creator just like everyone else is. And for people who, you know, are still trying to, you know, hit 1,000 subs, hit 100 subs, you know, like those small milestones, I think these tips can help you in some way or form. While at the same time, in today's video, I'm going to try to show you a little bit of this new game mode. As you guys see, we have out. It is called Rapid Fire Mosh Pit. And what this is, it is constant spy plane sweep enabled, ghost perk restricted, lobby timer is reduced. At locations you have your Nuketown, obviously your Crossroad Raid, Garrison Express, and Apocalypse. So far, honestly, I'm okay with all those maps, except a little bit of Garrison. Garrison's a little annoying, but they did pick so far the best maps for it, which is good. Party 1 is 6, and variable match, you know, for whatever game mode. So I'm okay with that. Fast-paced mosh pit of respawn game modes. And, you know, it's new, so let's check it out. Now, guys, so the reason I really want to talk about this today is because with, you know, nowadays world, plus with gaming becoming so big thanks to quarantine and COVID, really, and streaming becoming a thing, and YouTubers becoming more of a thing, and, you know, YouTube as a platform growing, Twitch as a platform growing. I mean, I think the number was they had like a 40% of an increase of streamers. So, you know, the numbers are growing. You could say the world and the whole community is in a sense being kind of overfilled with people, making it a lot harder for small content creators. So let's just hop straight into just my advice for small content creators, and please take this with, you know, your grain of salt and a kind of mindset. Don't, you know, if you disagree with me, let me know in the comments down below. Put your thoughts, you know, please. I honestly would love to hear some of your advice. You know, if you have some advice for small content creators, put in the comments below. And for the people watching the videos, go check it out in the comments and, you know, see if their advice helps, because obviously I'm just one person. My advice may not help everyone, but if it can at least help one person, that would make my day. All right, so I think for today, we're gonna run a little sniper action in today's video, if you guys don't mind. We are starting off this game hot with a corner camper. It's me a good one. But on a real note, let's start today off right. So first tip of the day. It is, if you are a small content creator, and this advice, I really hope people really listen to closely. If you are a small content creator, please spread your content out and don't just do one single thing. Meaning, don't just Twitch stream, don't just YouTube stream. Upload videos, you know, upload TikToks. And as much as you may hate TikTok, listen, I laugh at TikTok because it's funny, right? But even I can say, like, recently I started uploading on there because if you really want to grow in this really massively filled community, you have to be able to diversify your content, yourself, you know, your community. And so when you really want to grow, you have to really show people in different worlds who you are. And you can't just grow with just YouTube. I mean, it's probably easier than most platforms. Arguably TikTok is top, but YouTube's definitely second. But for Twitch streamers, you can't just stream on Twitch and grow, right? So you have to diversify your content. You have to diversify what you do, what you're making, so everyone can kind of see and do what you're doing, right? That also goes in speaking, you know, if you want to grow on new social medias, ones that you're just starting, like TikTok, for example, and YouTube and Twitch, I'm going to be honest with you. The best way to do it, and this is going to be this may sound simple or you may hear this a lot, but it's the truth, is just upload content, make content. Don't, you know, how to describe it? Don't hold back because these what if situations that people always like to think of, where they're like, oh, but what if nobody sees my content, or what if my video doesn't blow up? Like, not all content's gonna blow up overnight, and you have to kind of accept that that's just the way it is. And if you can accept that, you as a content creator will be able to be so successful, because then you'll be able to know that, hey, it takes time to grow. Shoot, I've been doing YouTube for, I don't even know what, 4 or 5 years now, and I'm still here. You know, I'm still somewhat smaller, but it just takes time. And, you know, I still had growth. You know, I still had a little bit of growth. I hit 1,000 subs, I hit 1,700 subs, you know, all these things. I hit 300 followers on Twitch. Like, those are small goals, but to me, they're so much bigger than just maybe than what other people think. And also, don't care what people think when it comes to, like, you know, oh, you only have 300 followers. Bro, it doesn't matter. Or say you hit 300 followers and it's like a goal for you to hit 300 and you hit it. Bro, fucking celebrate that shit. Like, that right there is something to celebrate. Next tip I have for you guys is, if you are a social media guru guy, right, and you have a Twitter and Instagram, I don't know, I guess technically TikTok, whatever, if you want to count that. If you have social medias, please be sure you're hyping up your content. Now, this may seem new because I don't really hear this one a lot from people. Am I really getting... Is this the lobby I'm in today? Okay. But if you are a social media person and you have social media, do me a favor. Just try to post on your social media stories and say, hey, I'm releasing a video at this time. Hey, I am going to be streaming at this time. And let me tell you, you will be very, very shocked and surprised to see how many people will actually be interested in that. And whether you know it or not, people, when they share their content, you get eyes on you. You get people finding you. And it may not be a lot, but the small amount of people, 3-4 people, is more than zero. You know what I mean? So think of it as that. And don't just think of it as it's not a high number. Think of it as any person counts. It really does. And I hope you guys know that. All right, so the next tip going on is, when you're building your community, build a foundation. Now, the biggest mistake that I really would say small content creators do forget to hit and do forget to focus on is that you have to build that foundation, right? So your first 50, your first 100 subs, followers, whatever it is, whatever platform it is, if you want to make it, you have to understand that you have to build that foundation. And if you don't build that foundation ahead of time, you're going to struggle. And, you know, the question is then, well, what is a good foundation to build? Well, it's very simple. What game are you playing, right? So say you ultimately are playing, like, I don't know, Call of Duty, right? What my foundation is I started off with sniping, right? So I stuck with sniping for years. I still do it, right? Whether I'm good or not, I do it still, and I have fun doing it. But my viewers are people who watch me for a while ago were all sniping content, right? And that's what I really do try to spread on my channel, is I do try to talk about sniping and Warzone and Call of Duty, right? But I do try to heavy hit Sniper World and the community behind it, because it is, in my opinion, a forgotten community that people try not to hit. But I want to try to hit it, and I want to really try to focus on it. But the biggest thing with your foundation is that, other than the game, you now need to think about, okay, who am I trying to hit when it comes to the personalities of people, right? You know, do you want the cringy people? Do you want the more just, they want the positive vibe kind of people? Do you want the chill vibe? Like, this goes into deciding what your community is going to be. And this goes into how you design your community, right? So I try to build my community about positivity and the people in it. I want them being the people to share my content and be able to motivate other people who watch my content, not just be people who spread negative things from my community, right? And like, if anyone in your community does that or does something that you don't want, then make sure that you're aware of it, talk about it, call it out, and maybe like, hey, listen, this isn't cool, this is what I want. But you have to build that trust, and you have to build that foundation in order to really make it so. All right, so next thing on the list, and this one, I'm gonna be honest with you, I really am a victim of doing this for a long time, and I really want you to learn from my mistake to not do this. It is don't just do what every massively big creator does, right? So what you're gonna see is a lot of people are like, oh, you know, I stream this game only because there's this amount of viewers. If you want to be honest with you, stream a game or make content on a game that maybe doesn't have a lot of players, right? And I guess people be hypocrites and maybe like, oh, well, you're playing COD, but you know, ultimately it's because I have fun doing it. I grew up on Call of Duty. Like, this has been my day one game since making YouTube, and anybody who watches my content knows that my content is based off of Call of Duty, you know, so yeah, that's my foundation. But if you don't have a foundation yet, build it off of a game that, number one, you enjoy playing, and two, a game that you are going to be able to sit there for hours on days of playing, finding stuff new about it, making content on it, and you'll quickly see that the smaller community games are really, really nice, especially because when you grow, you're gonna see that, hey, you have a whole new viewership that isn't already, you know, overfilled. Because I would argue that's the biggest thing people struggle with, is when people try to build these communities, they're trying to enter into this. And this, again, this is for people who are just starting off. They try to enter in these massively big communities. And again, if it's a game you enjoy, then play it. But if it's a game you're doing it just for views, don't do that. Make sure, number one, it's a game you play that you enjoy, and a game that you could literally sit for hours on ends on a daily basis, stream, make content on, and literally just go ham. That's the biggest thing. All right, guys, and two more things. I promise it's almost done. Don't worry. But this video may be a little bit longer, and I understand that, but it's really because this is an important topic, especially if you're a small creator. You need to really heavy hit on growing, right? And so in order to grow, sometimes you just have to take a step back and rethink what you're doing, right? So hope this video does help you. The next thing on the list, there's two more things specifically, and number one, it is branding. Branding. Metaphorically, I will shove that down your throat if I have to. If you are somebody who is trying to make it and really trying to get a name for yourself, if you aren't making your name present, if you aren't sticking with the same name and you're constantly changing name, right, that's not gonna work, right? And also with your branding, you need to promote yourself heavily, right? So that's on your social medias, and that's where a good way social media and branding work so well together, is you can literally grow both while making sure that your name is there. Another big thing with branding that I really do want to talk about is, if you are on a social media, please make sure your name is all over your profile, right? Make sure you have a nice, clean, you know, whatever style design you're going for, but a nice, clean, and very visible name branding, right? So your banner, your profile picture, your logo, whatever you are running and whatever you as a content creator are trying to make present, focus on that first. Pay the money on a designer. Guys, it may suck to have to pay money to get, you know, something nice built, but I'm telling you, it's so much better quality when you just suck it up and you're willing to pay money for the better quality that maybe you can't do, right? Because let's be honest, we're not all designers, and shout out to all the designers out there, man, you guys are crazy. But for real, just do good on your branding. Make sure you're doing it the smart way by paying somebody who knows what they're doing and really understands the concept of what's nice, what isn't, and what's basic, right? And last but not least, this is my opinion, is maybe the most talked about thing and maybe the most said thing, but I'm going to say it again for the 100th and 200th time. Don't give up when time pauses. And what do I mean by that? I mean, you're going to have the most struggling moments in your career of being a social media person, if that's what you want to do, at the lowest points, where you're going to either lose followers, lose subs because of a decision, because you switch games, or you're going to hit a moment of pause where you may not grow as much, you may not be growing as fast as you want. The thing that you have to take in, though, is that you're going to have those moments, and if you as a person can just accept that and really grow off that, It is something that you as a person are going to be able to look at and be like, damn, I overcame a moment where I wasn't growing, or I wasn't gaining the subs I was expecting. All that stuff goes into that. And if you can really mentally understand that concept, you got it. I promise you, you got it. Look, I'm gonna keep it a buck with all of you. That game mode ain't it, Chief. When they say rapid, that shit is rapid, man. Definitely fast paced. I mean, they're correct on that, but I don't know how I feel about that. That was terrible, and I definitely would not recommend that to anybody who's trying to just simply have fun and play. Do not do that game mode. But guys, if you guys enjoyed today's video, please be sure to leave a like, comment down below again your thoughts, your tips, your advice that you would give to a smaller creator. And even if you are a big creator watching this, which would be crazy if you are, but even if, say you are a big creator, or in your head you feel like you are a big creator, still listen to these, because these tips could be universal for anyone. And please share this video out to smaller creators, or to any creator struggling to grow, or just asking questions on how to grow. Please share this video out to them, guys. I love you all. Thank you guys so much for supporting this channel. And again, guys, please check me out on Twitch. Pop it on the screen, twitch.tv/xripper. Other than that, I'll see you guys later. All right, take care of yourself, take care of each other. Peace.